Okay, we are in... I think we're live. Yep, we're live in a facility. I lied. Let's replay the intro since we didn't get that far. It was apologies on my part. Had to dip out. But we'll go ahead and speedrun up to the spot that we last left off. Comment on anything else, kind of talk over some of the narration. Hopefully doesn't garble the transcription too bad. But yeah, there's a lot of little details that just aren't textured or are textured details, but are not 3D modeled. So like the door handles, right, are just a mesh on the door panel itself. It's not actually jutting out or anything. It's just very straightforward 2D plane, which is awesome.
Ready for your first day?
Frankly, the fact that they have the instrument panel modeled with 3D elements, 3D circular elements like the accelerometer and speedometer and stuff is yeah, not quite the same versus like these buttons are all flat planed. But yeah, they're very particular on what they decide to keep it as a flat plane and just texture on it versus actually model out some complex 3D geometry, which is smart. Let's see if we can get to the... See if we can get run over us first. Will you? Ah. That's amazing. He just running over us well. I'm surprised they didn't add damage to that, considering they have, I think they have vehicular damage on multiplayer. Oops, I bumped the mic. That's right. Let's see if we can bypass his audio dialogue entirely just by grabbing the gate pal. You can, so you don't even have to talk to him. It's rather interesting. Do you have to talk to her? Do I have to talk to... Oh? I think we have to talk to Tracy. Oh, my mistake. You don't have to talk to Tracy. Okay, now we get a better look at what's actually down this elevator since last time I kind of screwed it up by... Here we go. Can't quite read that. But yeah, it looked like an interesting lobby, not too much. We can see vending machines, the robots, and the meeting. Probably like executive meeting. And then Trask, wastewater. Very cool. Okay. Hold on, I have to take this.
Hey, new transfer. I got pulled in from surface duty. The usual lady, she got called out to help downstairs. Happens. Chaos is kind of our thing around here. You seem a bit antsy. Just wait. I'll unlock the gate in a second. Now, I've never run someone through this, but it looks pretty straightforward. Coming from the Springer facility, you'll know the basics, but since we deal with specimens directly, everyone on staff has to know basic ECP. That's emergency containment procedures. Okay, now I have some instructions here that aren't really compatible with the current security situation around here, so we're just gonna improvise a bit. Bear with me. I'm gonna have you crawl through that vent down there. Consider it like chasing down an escaped specimen. You got a big brain, you got a big imagination, right? If there's something in your way, because I put it there, there should be a tool down there. Something you can smash the crate with. You might have to look around a bit. And don't worry about smashing stuff, like we got a lot of crates. A lot of crates. Oh, what the hell? This damn radio's acting up. There we go. Ugh, all morning. Oh, okay. I was just thinking, nice. You've got some athleticism in there. Somewhere. Now, real creatures might wriggle out of that one, but
oh, okay.
Not a real creature.
I am back. Yeah, this will be a quick one.
Special containment. You know what? Just stomp on it. Oh, brutal. Okay, so next up... Oh, what's going on with your leg there? Looks to me like you're bleeding. Okay, you did that way cleaner than I would've. You would, wouldn't you? You're gonna fit right in down there. Looks like you can walk on it all right. Let's head you on through to the next room. Feel free to mosey. I've gotta check some stuff out. We got some weird crap going on today, not gonna lie to you.
I'm surprised with this bench. I told him that this is like the first opportunity where you can sit down too.
So I'm betting they didn't have these at Springer.
Screwdriver crap.
Gate staff at Cascade.
Oh, what? Required screwdriver to package? I never realized screwdriver was that important. I just carried it on me.
No offense.
Okay.
Power socket here comes with its own little
Interesting.
extension cable, and we build everything purpose built for those sockets. So what you're gonna do, you need to package the heater, place it back down near the power socket, and then... Okay, now I know that was a lot. I'm getting some weird interference on my radio. I'm gonna leave you to the whiteboard down there. You might need a screwdriver.
Okay, this is where we last left off.
Plug. We're done here. There's some stuff on this list, but I don't reckon you're gonna need it. That's why you've got people like me around. Keep you safe. Looks like I gotta check on some situation topside. So yeah, head to the elevator. It'll take you down to residences. Real cozy stuff. Clipboard here says you're looking for a Dr. Khan? It sounds familiar. I guess he's in charge of the rest of your orientation. Alright, onward to science. Well, for one of us anyway.
Any notes about here? Just that the, this is kind of annoying that the...
Station 3, what's going on? Over. Station 3, Station 2? I'm getting a lot of chatter. Keystone running some kind of shady op again. I didn't see a bulletin. I'm trying to finish up some work here. Okay, just let me know if there's any GKers coming my way. They creep me the hell out. Over.
GKers, of course, being gatekeepers, but that goes over our head for our first playthrough. Any shady, I forgot what he said, but yeah, just a lot of allusions to things that you would miss, and even if you're trying to pay attention, and which they do on purpose, right? That's all part of the fun. Anyway, what did I want to note about this? Yeah, it's just a little bit annoying with this power socket how anytime you have cables running, electrical cables running throughout your base, it will clip into the ground a little bit. Not the end of the world, but definitely can make it hard to chase out what object is what's connected to what, as you get kind of crazier and spider out everywhere. So that's just a little minor gripe. I do wonder if you can paint extension cords. I've never done that, but I think that would be extremely helpful for my base. I should have looked into that. Another gripe is just paint in general. It feels like it's almost like a late game item. It's so hard to... It's not so hard to obtain, but it can be rather difficult maybe to obtain when resources are difficult. I'm not sure if that's true, but I'll have to evaluate that statement as we actually play through the game. Here's some paper. I never realized you can grab the paper. Yeah, it just rewards paying attention to stuff, right? Anything else? It just says package on the side. It doesn't even say heater or something. Does this heater actually do anything for a temperature? 70, 80, it's 80 degrees. And we step away, yeah, it's a real heater. Back to 68, cool. We are at residences. And I think this is where the game officially starts. I won't actually start the game, I'll just talk about what my plans are. But yeah, we got this elevator here. I don't have the skill yet, right click. I think I'm trying to throw is the right click. What is this, more danger radiation? Geiger counter recommended in this area. Kind of hard to read in a danger sign. Can we fall to our death? No. Okay, and then this is gonna be some fun lore, so let's take a listen.
Attention. This is a high-priority safety broadcast. You are currently en route to Residence Level 7. Due to an active security situation, advanced safety precautions are in effect. This elevator will be redirected to Offices Level 1. Please remain in place and wait for security team assistance.
So there you go. That's an announcement from the facility, but that means residence is level 7, office is level 1. Does it mean it's above or below? They didn't say if level 1 is the bottom or if level 1 is the top. I never really paid that much attention, so I'd have to review again. Oh, I never realized this intro either. This is you going down the elevator. There's a cool little detail about this hatch, which I didn't see was present last time. I didn't look up, to be fair. That's super cool. It's a shame they didn't make this more interesting. Like, even if they made this like a repeat, this is clearly just a repeating texture, similar to like the train, right? But if they made this like show different things, even small things, that would have been kind of fun. You know, lights and hallways and rooms and whatever. Anyway, if we enter the facility and we start a new game, some things that we're going to do, we're going to set this to apocalyptic, which will inform us difficulty enemies. It doesn't actually say what apocalyptic does it? That's hilarious. Hardcore, we're not going to do hardcore, so I guess it's not the hardest difficulty. I guess I did lie about that. Streamed apocalyptic. And we'll go ahead and modify some of the sandbox settings. We're not going to do anything helpful, except make enemies even more frequent. We could, there's some really fun ones. Invisible, radiation, tainted sink water, radiation deals damage. All those are really fun. Food spoilage rate, refrigerator effectiveness, day-night cycle, weather frequency. So one thing I kind of think is annoying is that it's hard to trap the Klaus, or whatever it's called, the ice layak, in a location of your choosing. It's much easier to do it in somewhere freezing, but that's very inconvenient if you have a base anywhere else besides somewhere freezing. The only other opportunity to catch it, unlike the layak where you could kind of summon it at will with food, is and with food buffs, for the ice layak, the Klaus or whatever it's called, is you have to wait for a cold snap, which is very infrequent. There's only one guaranteed cold snap, and that's kind of scripted because you go into the ice world. So yeah, that's a bit annoying. We'll leave it as is. Sync refill rate, we'll leave as is, because I feel like all this is kind of intended. Bridge supports 2 by default, I guess. It would be fun to turn on this, but we'll leave it off. It'd be fun to turn off some of this, but it's fine. Enemy spawn rate. What does this do? How frequently enemies respawn. I see. Leave it at 1.0, because sometimes enemies respawn enough, sometimes they don't respawn enough. I think that's part of the fun. Their health, we'll leave as is. Enemy damage deployables, enemy detection, speed, enemy accuracy. Whoa, I didn't realize you could do that. Huh. Enable apocalyptic enemy abilities, which is true. That's fun if you just want to test it out. Maximize enemy spawns. All spawn points for enemies will be enabled regardless of difficulty or how many players are in the world. Let me look that one up. Alright, no one's talked about this one yet. It's too new. Maximize enemy spawns, all spawn points. And we'll turn on for now, just to make it fun and hard, I guess. Friendly fire, hunger, all this can be normal. Bonus perk points, none. I wonder if you make it negative. Yeah. XP gains, we'll leave a 0 or 1.0, I mean, item stack size. Um, 1.0. I feel like this is also a mistake on the developer's part. Other similar games like Terraria start off with very annoying stack sizes. Some things couldn't stack at all. Notably, things I'm thinking of in this game right now are like lodestones, right? You need a lot of lodestones. That's just a fact for your late game and game. And they don't stack. And while it's cool to get a bunch of really end game chests to store all your lodestones, theoretically, I guess, not only is that annoying and a waste of materials and a waste of resources, but like inventory management is fun to an extent, but if you have so many unique types of items, that is unnecessary to also restrain on stack size. And developers of Terraria realized that. It took them 10 plus years, granted, to figure that out as they slowly increased the stack count. Terraria has a bunch of items, right? Collecting new items is like one of the hallmarks of progression in that game, and collectibles, all that good stuff. And same with this game. But yeah, they learned really quickly and a lot of lessons, and there's a lot to unpack about the benefits of I guess not entirely removing the stack size, but making it at least a little bit more friendly. And I don't want to change it from default because this is currently what developers kind of intended. But yeah, they need to change this internally. Item weight multiplier. I think the weight's fine. Item durability. I think all this is fine. I don't think any of this is durability loss on respawn. I don't care about that. Show death and chat. Allow recipe sharing. Oh, pagers. Allow transmog, disable research minigames. I think it's fine, but like I said, they just need to make the minigame more interesting. That is true for a lot of the game, frankly. Respawn. What else do they need to change? I forget now. Respawn penalties. So this means you only get to keep items in your hotbar and items that are equipped, but you lose everything else. And then it goes to the Warren or wherever. I think this is kind of weird. It incentivizes going back, sure, to where you died, and tries to disincentivize you from dying. But at the same time, it's your first playthrough. You want to experiment too. You want to push the boundaries and understand what you can and can't do in the game without, you know, feeling like you went back 100 paces. So, not sure if I entirely agree with this. I guess it's fine as a first playthrough, but I feel like subsequent playthroughs you probably want to change it. What would be a better penalty? What else? Keep hopper only, keep equipped only, lose all items, and then destroy all items. Oops. Let's keep it back to its default. Starting weapon is none. Like I mentioned, I feel like the pipe probably would have been good for, oh well. It's just a continuation of the tutorial, right? Allow host to access death bags, yes. Allow character resets. Is that the threshold? Amnesia threshold? Base inventory size. Player, furniture destruction. Allow iron mode. I didn't know this. If players have access to the starting job of iron mode, which will make the game much, including requires hardcore mode. Fewer perks, no health regen, and cannot receive recipes. We could do no health regen. Where's health regen? Fewer perk points, no health regen. Let me see if we can find it here. What kind of perk? What is it called again? Yeah, perk points. It gives you 0 starting perk points. Isn't that what we're starting with, though? Whatever. Yeah, like, so basically we're keeping everything default except for just making enemies more common, I guess, but not crazy respawn either. Sure. Seems close enough. We can always change it later if we screw something up, but this seems fine. Create the world, and then I'm surprised we can't bypass this, but yeah, character saves. The only thing that saves is our transmog and luck. So I think the best one is probably just a summer intern. None of these are really worth it. Sprinting, whatever, we'll just gain that naturally, especially the first 3 levels. There's almost no XP required to get to the sprinting 3. Same with sneaking, very easy to do. Same with strength. Even the very beginning parts of the game where it's very difficult, leveling these up is going to be insanely easy. Same with first aid. Okay, first aid is a pain in the butt, but again, the first 3 levels, easy enough. +1 in cooking, not useful. +1 in ag, not helpful, so we're not going to take either of these jobs. What's lab assistant do again? This is recommended stealth. Okay, whatever, that's not really true. You gain extra first aid experience when crafting medical items as the Epimedical Bionomicist. That's a cool name, but frankly, it's nothing. If it made like your first aid XP ×5, I might think about this, but wherever it sits right now, +50%, +15%, it doesn't matter. It needs to be 5x. It's abysmal. Which is really unfortunate. I guess it's another big gripe is the first aid experience is just really, really abysmal. I get they give you pretty good ways to grind things out, but for the first aid one, it's not. It's, how do I want to describe it? The mechanisms which I let you power level first aid, either by bleeding and patching up a bleed, or by, what's the other issue? Just need to check something real quick. Are we still doing fine on our stream? I think so. Looks fine to me. Okay, what other issues do I have here? First aid, yeah. Most people just will repeatedly break their legs. That's incredibly mind-numbing. And if we're gonna do, like the lodestones don't stack, why would splint stack or anything else like that stack? Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent about stack count and the rationale behind it. Again, better games, I say better, as far as the inventory management, because even Terraria has a level of inventory management. Granted, they don't limit you ever, but they do expand it. I take it back. They do expand your inventory twice. Once with a void bag, and another time with the piggy bank. Piggy bank is a bonus for money, so that doesn't get lost. Technically, they do it multiple, like 4 times. Piggy bank, the safe, which are 2 different ones, maybe 5 times. I take it back because piggy bank, because then it can get upgraded to truffle bag. I take it back again. You can get Chester the pet. So you get Chester's, which is a roundabout upgrade to... What does Chester do again? The iBone Chester is a mobile piggy bank. Yeah, so you get the piggy bank, you get the money trough and or iBone. Usually iBone is better. And then you get the void bag, and you get the void vault or whatever that's called. You get the defender's forge, and you get the safe. I don't know how many things I mentioned there. So yeah, inventory is still important. Actually, I take it back in Terraria, and it only gets more important as you get to the end of the game. So they figured that out. I sincerely wish Abiotic Factor can have a serious conversation about it and revisit it, because that's a major gripe. This if there's an issue, I feel like maybe like the solutions can be really creative. Add more unique items. If they're stackable, if they don't stack, I don't care. Just add more unique items, because that takes up slots. That is probably my idea there. But increases the stack count for everything. Kinematic researcher was this +2 blunt. We'll be killing plenty of enemies. That's not an issue. Granted, it is annoying to level, but to get to where we need, which is level 15, I believe, that's not terrible. Fortitude, that one can be helpful, but again, it's just not worth it. Sprinting, whatever, that's not worth it. Strength, that's not worth it. Defensive combat, what else do you get? You don't even get bonus XP, that's not worth it. Archotechnic Consultant, also not worth it. Get plus construction, you get bonus construction XP, plus strength and plus crafting. I mean, like, they already, like I mentioned before, the first stream, they already screwed up construction XP, so, yeah, I feel very strongly about that. That's not worth it. Because the best way to level this up is just to power level it. Getting to endgame and endgame materials and endgame building, like endgame screwdrivers, still doesn't mitigate or help on any of this. So that's it feels like a slap to the face to people who've gotten to the end of the game, basically, which is very few, and not very, very few, but very few people have gotten to the end of the game. And they still don't reward players in that component. And that feels bad. Phytogenic botanist. So, what is this? Ag, cooking, strength. You get bonus ag. It's very easy to do agriculture. Not an issue. Somatic gastrologist, sharp fortitude cooking. Do you get any bonus cooking? Cooking's very easy, just with mass amounts of egg, frying up eggs. That will probably be the first thing we level to level 20, if not our sprinting or strength. Para, theoretical physicist, throwing, crafting, sneaking, reloading, construction. None of these are interesting. Bonus crafting. No. I mean, like I mentioned, the only thing that really could help at the beginning is that fortitude, but that's not helpful. Why does it only have defense analyst? Why does it only have starting points 5? Plus, you don't even get bonus XP. +2 fortitude, +2 strength, +1 blunt, +2 reloading, +2 accuracy. No. Intern. That's the one. What do we take? Never take narcoleptic. I took narcoleptic my first playthrough, and that felt so bad. I feel like +6 doesn't even justify. It should be like 0.7, +7. It felt that bad. +8. Gosh. You can make it +12. Would I consider it +12? Maybe, yeah, I'd probably consider it +12. So make it +10 or something. That's just... Anyway, fear of violence. Refuse to engage in most combat. Can't go beyond 5. No, that's not worth it. Feeble. Feeble's not bad. You're frail, you have 25% lower health. That's not bad. Especially as you power level your fortitude at the end. But yeah, it just makes the early game harder, and you're more likely to break your bones. But hold on to the feeble. Feeble's not a terrible one. Narcoleptic, not worth it. Asthmatic, not worth it. Like I said, our stamina's gonna be running out all the time. Painfully obvious, that one's not bad. Especially if we get like the stealth watch, then that's a non-issue forever. I might take that instead of inconspicuous, which is +2 sneaking. I used to think sneaking was really good, and it is really good, but there's some really strong tools. Again, the stealth watch. And power living is extremely easy at Flat Hill. And the crystal set that makes you invisible, so not an issue. Party appetite. I don't take it. You can. We'll mention dry skin though. This one's very easy. Naturally dry, get 20% faster, thirstier, which is not a lot, right? And there's sinks everywhere, so that's why it's pretty worth it. What else is worth it? Slow healer. I think we said we disabled healing, right? Crap, did I disable healing? But yeah, I like slow healer. I don't mind slow healer at all. Slow learner, that's bad. That's really bad. 20% slower. That's not worth +2. That's the amount of time we're going to be trying to leveling is going to far outweigh anything else we're doing in the game. Hemophilia, that one's not bad. You bleed, it really doesn't feel like it changes much anyway, versus if you took, what's the opposite? Thick-skinned, no. Like, if you get sniped, you're bleeding. It doesn't matter what perk or negative perk you have. Weak bladder, that's a small freebie. So the only thing that I think is required for a run like this, not required, but for quality of life required, is fanny pack. You definitely want fanny pack. First aid would be worth it if it gave us bonus XP gain, but it doesn't. Brinkley brain meat, that's also worth it, plus 20% XP gain. Weather is not too bad. It's also mitigated at the end game, so I'm not gonna take it. Otherwise, I feel like I'm good. Self-defense, that seems good on the outside, +3 damage to all melee weapons. And for like a first-time playthrough it is, but for a hardest, not hardest, but you know, for hardest difficulty, apocalyptic difficulty, it's not needed. Buff Brainiac, nice. Plus 50% carry weight, not necessary. Lead belly, that one can be kind of cool, but for 8 points, not worth. Light eater, not necessary. Gardener. Like there is the copacetic buff, which is if you're full on food and water, you heal a little bit faster, but it's not that necessary. First aid certified, weathered, hobby chef, night owl. That's it. So anyway, yeah, we can take off points we don't need. Like I would take off painfully obvious. I would take off slow healer. And that just gives us a few points left. We could take inconspicuous. That's not bad. Really not necessary. None of these are necessary at this point. Like this is, I'm pretty happy with this. What does thick skin gives actually more health? Let's check. Feeble. Feeble is mutually exclusive with decathlon competitor. Buff, Brainiac, and self-defense. Anyway, it's like, what do we take? I guess we take this. Inconspicuous. But yeah, it's kind of a flex choice. I'm going to keep the weak bladder because I feel like it's a benefit, not a negative cost. Otherwise, yeah, this is it. We'll check the server settings. Okay, we spawned in. I'm not gonna. You can see kind of we're in the office sector. We just came out of the elevator. Sure enough, there is that hatch. I did miss that. Anyway, that's about all the time we have for today. We can check the server settings. and see if we have healing or regen turned on or off. That's another one. Oh, my bad. I meant to turn off storage by tag. This one, it says, this is kind of bugged. I think this is another issue they need to address. If false, containers will no longer be restricted to item type. Some things like refrigerators can only accept food type items. When this is true, this is particularly annoying with the warming drawer and anomalies, since there's a note, I guess, or somewhere in the game, it says that anomalies are preserved by heat. So if you put them in a warming drawer, they won't decay. But you can't put an anomaly in a warming drawer because it doesn't have the warming drawer tag or whatever the food tag is. So it's kind of annoying. And besides, you should be able to put anything you want in a fridge or a warming drawer, whether it decays or not. So that's whatever. If they fix the tags properly, I wouldn't care about this at all. But because they haven't, they need to decide how they want to fix it. I already talked about the weather, how I'm kind of annoyed by that. I feel like, yeah, if you could force some weather events, it'd be a little bit better. Like, if you do a world that's tied to that weather event, it's more likely to occur. That would be pretty nice. Duration deals damage, enemy spawn rate, enemy health, damage to player, damage to deployables, detection accuracy, spawns, friendly fire, hunger, thirst, fatigue, continence / toilet rate, bonus perk, XP games, item stack, durability. Yeah, I missed the regen one. Maybe I should have taken a slow regen for my character. Anyway, I'll review that on my own time. Till next time. Bye.